बाय, ऑल द बेस्ट। चलिए, या good morning, everyone. Good morning. We will start after 5 minutes. Good morning, everyone. Those who are attending this session, just a request, please type good morning in the chat box, in the YouTube chat box. Please type good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Muhammad. Others also, those who are live, please chat in the chat box. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We'll start in just 2 minutes. Just 1 more minute, I am waiting. If anybody else will join. Those who have joined the live, just a request, please type in the chat box good morning in the YouTube chat box. I think we should start. Others will join in between if they are interested. What we are going to discuss in coming 3 hours. First thing, there are so many students who always go on asking, I will say illogical question. Maybe that is logical. Sir, when is the exam? Sir, what is the question paper pattern? Sir, what is the exam form last date to fill up? Sir, how to fill up the exam form? Sir, when the result will be out? Sir, where I can see the pre-seen material? Sir, what type of questions they give? Sir, how to study? What to study? Sir, this is only 1.5 months is left. Can we prepare or not? I have always realized that normally those who are not studying with us, maximum most of them, and those who are studying with us, some of them who are taking classes with me, then also they are going asking this question, which are very common question. Students should not be asking these things from anybody. Because if they will start asking these things, then that means they are not at all studying at all. You are the registered student of CIMA Institute. And even though you are registered, if these basic things you don't know, then what type of study you are doing? Maybe I am harsh, but that is the fact. We don't know when is the exam. We don't know what is the question pattern. We don't know where we can see the pre-seen. We don't know when the result will come. We don't know what is the paper pattern. We don't know how to write the answers, what type of question they will give. This is not allowed, man. This is not at all. In my last 10 years YouTube journey, if you see any single video of the first case study class, presently for last 1 year, we are giving first class free. But then before 1 year earlier, when I was not giving the live class, first class free, it was not free. Then also if you see the first video, you will get to know these things like we are going to discuss. According to me, now the CIMA Institute is running the case study exam since 2015, more than 10 years approximately. And still, if we have these questions, then it is very hurting. Not for me or you, but it is for general. If we don't know these things, then how we are studying? And how can we project that we can pass the exam? It's impossible, man. So I will be giving my half an hour, 40 minutes, very fast to again revise these aspects. Ki bhai, I should answer all these questions so that at least in future, you should not be asking these things from anybody. And the second thing, you will be able to start preparing properly because ample of time is there to score world rank in management case study in November. Somebody is messaging me, sir, you have taken so many classes, I have missed all of them. Arey bhai, whatever is done, you can't take it back. But whatever is left, focus on that, man. Focus on proper understanding. Since all the students are generally working professionals of the average age, at least 30 plus, maybe 1 or 2 are less than 30. So we are very serious and we know that we need to study, then only we can pass. I am saying we don't need to study 4 or 5 hours in a day. If we study regularly, 2.5 hours, it will be more than enough to pass the exam easily. Easily, I am saying. But then you need to exactly do whatever I am saying. If you don't do anything, you cannot pass. Just an example, Amar. You started the operational case study for August. I think 35 days before the exam. Whether you passed or not. Whether whatever we followed for operational case study was enough or not. I am not questioning that you could have scored 5-10 marks more, but that 5% in life is luck. 95% is our efforts. So if we are putting our efforts, 95% we will pass in one go. The 5% maybe we will not pass. The 5% maybe our marks should be more. That's not in our control. We are human beings. But 95% we are going to pass. Amar, what is your saying? You can't say anything here, but you can at least chat. What do you suggest? Ki whether this time is enough. And again, I mean, Amar, when you started the classes, you started asking same things. Sir, why have to study? Arey bhai, The same way we need to study here. For that reason, even Amar is asking who has taken the operational case study classes, cleared in 30-35 days, and is still asking, sir, how to study MCS. For that reason, I need to give my 30-40 minutes for this. If the student is not serious, I cannot help them. Okay? So 30 to 40 minutes, we will discuss that. Maybe it will take 1 hour. I will show you the past term papers, how they are answering, how they are marking and all that. Maximum 1 hour. Then for next 2 hours, we will discuss the pre-seen material, which is released by the institute last week only. I have already prepared the notes and shared with all of you, those who are registered. We will start discussing the pre-seen material for 2 hours. And then what we will be doing in our subsequent classes, I will explain everything. Okay. This first class is free. From the other class, you need to subscribe for the classes. You will be getting the Zoom link and then you will be able to attend the further live classes. The classes are running 3 days a week. Tuesday evening 8 p.m., Friday morning 7 a.m. and Saturday 11 a.m. India time I'm taking, Indian Standard Time. The Saturday class is purely based on the pre-seen based class. The Tuesday and Friday class are accounting. Why it is accounting class separately we are giving since last 3 to 4 years, I will communicate. You will understand. And if you ask any of the student in social media or any of my student in the past, whatever I am saying, if they will say anything other than this, I will accept whatever you will say. I will accept whatever you will say. Why the accounting classes are separately required? Anybody can understand when they will be looking at the paper, past term paper, the pass rate, the failing and all that, all because of accounting. So for that reason, accounting classes are given separately, thoroughly to all of you. Maybe that is that much not required in the exam, but still I feel that why not we study 5-10% extra? Now, this is all write-up which you are seeing on the screen taken from the website of CIMA, not from anywhere else. हमारा नहीं बनाया हुआ है. It is not made by me. All are CIMA website write-up. It's not made by me. So everything is factual facts taken from the website for study purpose. है ना? The case study exam is an attempt to simulate workplace problem and allows examiners to move one step closer to the assessment of the competence that is not possible with the objective type questions. The case study is assessed by way of a 3-hour computer-based examination. You cannot take the examination until you have successfully completed all the objective test examination. Under the FLP route, you have completed the assignments for all the subjects. That means if you are a normal CIMA student, you need to complete E2, P2, F2 exam. If you are an FLP finance leadership planning student, then you need to complete the assignments. And if you are executive route student like Elvis Kolako, like what I should say, Afsana, Praveen and all that, those who have directly gone into management level management case study through senior executive professional route, they don't need to give all these things. They can give a straight away case study exam because they have a good amount of work experience. The CIMA value your work experience. They are asking you don't go for the technical study of E2, P2, F2. No assignment, nothing. The exam comprises a series of requirements which aim to integrate and apply the technical knowledge tested in the objective test examination. The exam is a pre-seen material based issued in advance of the exam. They already issued for November term, supplemented by additional previously unseen material given to the exam. There will be several requirements, trigger a task and all that. And then you need to write the answers. The examiners are saying that read the pre-seen material very carefully. If you want to pass the exam, my advice, read the pre-seen material at least 3 times. In a 30-40 days, exam is say around 28th of November. So you read the pre-seen material in these coming 45 days 3 times. Come into the examination understanding the industry and the company. Relating to industry and the company, the basic 95% write-up already shared with you. There is no further industry or company analysis anybody needs to do. Whatever I have given to you, that is more than enough. No further research required, my advice, because there is no limit for the research. Examiner is saying that you will come in the exam after this understanding of the industry and the company. Manage time and make sure they do not run out of time on the section they know well. That means in the exam, the time pressure will be very high. Examiners are suggesting that when you will be writing your answers on a screen, then in that case, manage time. Maybe some area you know very well. You start writing laba lab and all that. You are not focusing on the area which you don't know. You can't pass like that. Even though the area which you don't know very well, then also you need to write a proper answer for getting the pass marks. Answer what is asked by reading the question very carefully, because that is the most important according to me. We have studied something, we are not concerned what they are asking, and we start writing whatever we feel okay. By that we can't pass. To pass the exam, we need to exactly understand what they are asking. Answers which are not applied to the case will not score high marks. You are asked something relating to the company, relating to the industry. You are writing technical stuff you have studied from E2, P2, F2, or some technical knowledge you have, that will not give you marks. Because it is a case study based exam based on the scenario. You need to use the scenario in your write-up, then only you will be getting the marks. A good level of knowledge of the three management syllabus is advisable. According to me, at least in management level, accounting, financial pillar, the performance pillar and the enterprise pillar, we can manage with the case study classes. Because if you start studying the way we are doing the accounting study, then you can prepare a MCS in 9 months. And that too also, even though you study those subjects, you will find that when you are writing the answers and preparing, that type of knowledge is not required for passing the case study exam. Even for accounting also, that much knowledge is not required. But then in the accounting, so many areas are there. I will not be able to cover up properly only in the case study classes. So for that reason, I always ask the student, attend the accounting classes separately. Candidates must be able to apply their knowledge to a variety of situations. And so they have an in-depth knowledge of the subject matter that the examiner comment. What is the core activity? Before whatever I read, before that, I am showing you 3 types of materials, which is taken from the CIMA website again. One is MCS paper analysis. Okay? The other one is MCS exam tips, which I have already covered slightly, but it is more detailed. And the third, MCS for academia. Academia, you can say for tutors or maybe for students if they want to refer the entire academics or syllabus of management case study. है ना? Better that first of all I focus on this. Maybe this came in February 16 and there was some change in the syllabus in 2020. But the case study exam remains same since 2015. Some here and there, some syllabus changes are there, but it's same. Why I am opening this material? This is taken from the CIMA website, you can see. And in this material, there is one student who gave exam in that term and he has written this type of answer. This is not the institute answer, student answer. Student has written this answer. And on this answer, institute is giving marks. They are categorically analyzing why the student has given wrong, right, what marks are given and all that. That is being covered here. Some of the write-up which the institute has written before analyzing the answer. Before looking at the real answer script in depth, it's worth reviewing the key features required to produce a good answer of passing standards. A clear passing answer will demonstrate various features. Evidence of planning, a good layout, structure which make it easy to follow the discussion. an answer which represents approximately to the task in the format required and from the perspective of the persona described for the management case study. The length of your answer will vary depending upon various aspects. But remember, the examiner is looking for quality rather than quantity. A long answer does not necessarily equate to a better answer. However, if your answer is too brief, very short, you may not be providing enough detail for the examiner to give you marks. Use the time given for each task as a guide. How much you might write. For example, in section 1 of your script, there are 25 marks available, which equates to 1/4 of the exam, 45 minutes, because 3 hours, 25 marks, 45 minutes. In this case, there are 2 requirements per task, equating to 4 tasks. You can assume that all sub-requirements carry equal marks. Thus, you should give equal time to all of them. Some of the variants link are given. I can click, I will go in the paper. At first glance, the overall answer have good paragraph layout structure, good paragraph layout structure. Institute is saying that if you write Roman 1, one line, Roman 2, another line, Roman 3, third line, Roman 4, fourth line, you will not get marks. It should have a good paragraph structure. Comprehensive coverage of each area of the task and the subsequent requirements. Overall grading may have been stronger if the script had more structure and persuasive language. In addition, at management level, to achieve a strong rating from the competencies, you need to demonstrate an ability to weigh a pros and cons of situation and make recommendations. In terms of writing style, our candidate has kept their replies professional with a good layout. They have used headings to clearly indicate which task they are addressing, which also provides a structure to their response. Each idea has a separate paragraph, which makes it easy for the marker to follow the train of the sequence. You will notice that the candidate has not used bullet points in the script. They are saying about the student who has been given pass marks. It is better to write in a small paragraph with subheadings to give clarity. The candidate has made some errors in spelling and grammar. Concentrate on this. Spelling, grammar mistake will be happening. Even if I will be giving exam, it will be. The examiner have made it clear that candidates will not be penalized for this. For grammar and spelling mistake, there is no penalty. The key element the examiner looking for is the ability to address the requirements of the task and communicate them effectively within a time-constrained environment. Therefore, you will not earn marks unless the examiner can understand what you are saying, man. What you are writing, I'm not understanding. I will not give you marks. If communication is not your natural strength, you need to start working on it today only. Ask your friend or colleagues to read your answer for you and see if they can understand what you are trying to say. Which in the last sentence, what they are saying, we do every day in our class. Every week we do. I will be giving you homework, assignments. You will be writing in your language. You will be submitting the answers. I will be reading your answers. I will be evaluating your answers. I will be giving you feedback, good, bad, and all that, where you need to improve. If you go on doing this, you can easily pass the case study exam. And Muhammad, you have done that only in operational case study, because that is the requirement of the case study exam. Normally in operational case study, I will say 50 to 60% students don't submit the assignments in the class. In management case study, the same story. 50% don't write the answers. They don't attend the classes. But in strategy case study, only 20% do like that. So for strategy case study, our result is 80% plus. Because the students are regularly following my instructions. They are submitting the answers just for a proof. For a proof. There is already management strategy case study. Mock papers are already taken in the class on the basis of past material. And you will see how many are submitting the answers. You see. Unmesh, Mariam, Arun Jadhav, Jija Paloti, everybody is submitting the answers. और जब मैं management case study का दूंगा, sir, I have my office, sir, this, that, and all that. Sir, this is not done. Nobody is asking you to study 10 hours in a day. You will not attend the class. You will not write the answers. How I will help you? Who will check your answers? Who will guide you? Believe me, I'm not praising myself. Other than me, at any place, just one or two papers are checked. When the student write the answers, only one or two copies are checked. But here, every class, I'm giving you questions. I'm asking you to write the answers. And I will be checking every answer, whatever time I have. But if you don't write, how I will help you? This is the most important in the case study. Just I'm reading slightly more. This was a question in the exam in this, which was relating to value chain. The chief executive has asked me to prepare a board paper on two issues. Firstly, what would be a value chain analysis involved in the case of pizza time? The company was manufacturing pizza, Domino's Pizza, or maybe you can say other company. And how might we involve our staff more in creating value? This is the student write-up. Value chain, he's saying primary activities. A value chain analysis of primary activities should enable us to look at the activities that we are performing and evaluate them in terms of the value that they offer our customers. Student has written, institute has not written. This is a student write-up who gave the exam in 2016. The idea behind that, if we can create added value while minimizing cost, we sustain the competitive advantage. We can also remove non-value added activities that will essentially be a waste of resource. Inbound logistics, the first primary activity. Our inbound logistics will mainly focus on delivering our dough from our central plant to our restaurant across the 3 countries. In the first instance, orders will need to be placed promptly and correctly in terms of volume to anticipate the next week demand. It is important that derivatives, deliveries and then delivered on time, and with the corrective ingredients, equipment to ensure the customer demand can be met. It is also important that the individual suppliers are delivering correctly and on time. Delivery drivers and factory staff will need to be made aware of the implication. You understand that maybe somebody will say that value chain is a technical thing I need to know. Obviously, I say you need to have some understanding what is value chain. But then the write-up is not about technicality. The write-up is purely based on the pre-seen material, based on the unseen, whatever they have given based on that. What the examiner are saying on the right-hand side, on the student write-up. Reading these requirements carefully shows there are initial requirement as indicated by first and second, but there are also sub-requirement which states, for example, in the first requirement, you are expected to comment on what a value chain analysis involved and how staff could be involved to create more value. It is important to draw this distinction and answer the whole question as different skills can be covered in that. The answer is clearly addressed the task by marketing director, that is to the marketing director, incorporating the involvement of staff in creating value into the value chain, generating credit for the marks. In this case of technical staff and the people skill, it is suitable for the audience if we were on the board of pizza time. I would want brief to the point and comprehensive discussion points. I would not need a more lengthy analysis to understand the possible application of value chain, because somebody will start writing. If somebody has some technical knowledge, they are go on writing value chain. Examiner don't want that. At the same time, good assumptions have been made abroad about the director's level of understanding of the business. The opening paragraph sets the scene from the rest of the answer. It demonstrates an understanding of the question requirement, what the marketing director is expecting from you. It also shows an understanding of the higher level usefulness of the value chain analysis. This creates a positive first impression in the mind of the examiner, which makes them read the rest of the answers very easy. The answer could have been improved by sticking to the format of the board report, guidance of which can be here. For all the reports, there are different guidelines. The examiner are saying that he has not maintained the proper guidelines. So some marks are deducted, but he is writing the answer on paragraph structure. He is writing the subheading of the paragraph. In different paragraphs, he is covering the different things. He is covering the answer based on the requirement. He is using the pre-seen material and the unseen portion. And whatever the student is writing, that is understandable to the examiner. Primary and support activity, all the things the student has written. The examiner is saying that as part of an on no, that is not. The examiner are saying that the script was selected to demonstrate a comfortable passing standard. Having earned a score in 90s, the student has scored 90 plus. 150 में 90 plus, 80 is the pass mark. It shows one of many ways in which a candidate would demonstrate sufficient competence to earn such a pass. Please note, it is not a perfect answer. There is no perfect answer in CIMA, nor the only one which would have achieved the passing standard. There are other answers which have achieved the passing standard, but they are differently written. However, the walkthrough will provide an idea of a strong answer looks like, and some examples of where the answer might have sought can be improved to score 100 plus. That's the purpose for which Institute has published this material even 8 years back. And this I am always using in the class, in the first class, to show. When the student asks, sir, कैसे answer लिखना है, मैं सोचता हूं, I think that I have said in the first class, and still you are asking. That's not acceptable, man. Okay? Whether you are taking class for me or not, doing self-study, but you need to be ready. What you need to study, how to study, from where to study, what time you will take, how to write the answers, what are the things you need to do, what is the question pattern, everything you should be knowing, man. You cannot ask these things on day-by-day basis. This is not done. This should not be done. Just an example. Now comes, suppose I'm opening an so suppose this is a question paper we prepared for May term. For May term, we prepared this question paper. This question paper is what? Based on the pre-seen material, the way the CIMA Institute will be giving you questions in the exam, that way there is a question paper, mock paper prepared. What is the pre-seen material? The pre-seen material for this term is released, and the pre-seen material this is the pre-seen material for our exam. This is about a company named as Shiny Glass, making windows. Those windows are used in doors and in windows, doors and windows, which is double slice glazed windows. Relating to that, they have given introduction. They have given double-sized glazing industry some detail. They have given the Shiny Glass, our company, detail. Their manufacturing, their sales, their installation, the Shiny Glass head office, the factory, their board structure, their business model, the financial statement of our company, Shiny Glass, and the financial statement of our competitor, West Agilent. And then there is some newspaper articles, some newspaper reports, extracts from the website. Not website, I will say social media. Some of the persons are saying what on the social media, and this is covering your pre-seen material. I'm not reading just this first paragraph. Shiny Glass manufactures double-sized glazed windows and doors for installation in domestic and business properties. It is the largest fabricator of windows and doors in the home industry of Templand. The Templand currency is $. Templandian company have law requires to prepare their financial statement based on IFRS. You are a finance manager in this company. Your primary responsibilities are associated with management accounting, and you report to the senior finance manager of the company, Mr. or Miss Martin, and the senior finance manager report to the finance director. Hierarchy: finance director, senior finance manager, and then you. This is a common 3-paragraph structure which you refer any case study of the CIMA are this only. The first page is this only. Name of the company, what business they are, the currency, country, the IFRS they are following, and what is your role in the organization. This is a fixed write-up in CIMA since last 10 years, every case study. And then about the industry, about the company, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Based on that, in the exam, you will be getting question paper like this. Okay. The question paper will be giving you. I should open a mock paper, not this. Question paper, mock A questions. This one will be better. The question paper will be coming like this. When you are in the exam hall, the formula sheet and all that will be there. The PV, those tables are also there. The future value, present value tables. Okay. And then there is a task 1. The task 1 is giving some additional write-up, some mail, something. And in the task, they are giving you requirements, what you need to answer. This is in 40%, this is in 60%. You will be getting total 45 minutes to read this. Other than this, there is a reference material also. Based on the same question, you need to read this also. And then here it is second question. In the exam, you will be getting the place to type your answer. The reading both the pages, the reference material, the requirement and everything is a part of 45 minutes. And then typing the answers for this sub part, for this and this is included, is within 45 minutes. Suppose if I am the student in the exam, I will be taking out of 45 minutes in reading this and the reference material, say around 3 to 4 minutes, say 5 minutes. Then I will be thinking what I will be writing. I will be planning my answer for this. Maybe 2-3 minutes for this also, maybe 2 minutes. So I generally say that out of 45 minutes, 7 to 10 minutes already gone. Worst to worst, 10 minutes gone. You are getting 35 minutes to write the answer. Out of 35, 40% time you will allocate to this write-up. 40% will be coming around 14 minutes. And 60%, 20 minutes. You can say 15 minutes, 20 minutes you will be giving. In 15 minutes, the typing speed generally suggested by the CIMA Institute is 1.5 line per minute with a font size 11. So you can see that 15 minutes, 1.5 line will be coming around 22, 23 lines, say 25 lines. And the 20 minutes, 1.5 line is 30 lines. So average length of the answers will be around, in total 45 minutes, 55 to 60 lines. You will say, sir, I am writing 50 lines. Chalega, if it has quality. But if you are writing less than 50 lines, it will not run. If you say you can write 65, 70 lines, very well. Obviously, the quality should be there. Normally, a good student will try to write up around 60 to 65 lines entire. There may be 3 requirements, A, B, C. In total, 60 lines. 60 to 65 lines you should target. That in 45 minutes reading, planning, writing, you can do 60 to 65 lines write up, which will come with practice. Not that just by attending the class, you will hear I am saying good things, you understand everything, you can write 60, 65 lines. It's a challenge, man. And if you don't practice regularly, you can't write 60, 65 lines. Because in the class, we all are there. We all are discussing together. We all able to understand. But in the exam, you are alone. Nobody is there to help you. So for that reason, writing 60, 65 lines length of the answer with a 11 font size is not simple, man. Okay. Like this, they will be giving you 4 questions, 45 minutes each. This can be said as task. 45, 45, 45, 45. Each task, once 45 minutes over, it's submitted. Whatever you have written very well, not written very well. You can't go back. You are after 45 minutes in the second task. After another 45 minutes, third task. After another 45 minutes, fourth task. You can't go back. Because in practical world, when some job is given to you in the organization, you need to do that job within the given time. You can't buy extra time. In the class, you can say, can you repeat? You can say, sir, I will submit later. But in the practical life, that doesn't happen. CIMA wants to bring that practicality in the exam. For that reason, for every task, there is fixed required time, fixed allotted time. You need to write your answer within that time only. Now, this type of question paper, which we say unseen, which we will be able to see in the exam only. This type of question paper, institute prepare around 6 to 7 sets based on the pre-seen material. Based on this pre-seen material, CIMA Institute will prepare 6 to 7 sets of question paper. Each question paper will have 4 tasks, each of 3 hours each. Whenever any student will be giving exam, whether they will get which set of paper, nobody knows. That's a luck. Suppose I am giving exam now. I click start the exam. Once I click, I will be given out of the 7, any paper will come in front of me. Any paper. Nobody is doing any cheating with you. But the different set of papers are not of the same standard. Some of the papers are slightly tricky, difficult. Some of the papers are easier. And some are mediocre. Who will decide this? Not you, not me. The CIMA examiners team, the CIMA management team will decide which one is difficult, which one is easy. Whether CIMA will inform to the student after the exam which one was easy, which one was easier, no. They will never inform. But they have said in the website that the papers are of different levels. Suppose Elvis is giving exam which is a difficult variant. Difficult, they use the variant 1, 2, 3. And Ajmeri is giving the exam on an easy variant. It is not logical to take the exam for the same subject, for the same course. Different students, different level of exam, not justified. CIMA is saying that when Elvis is giving exam on a difficult variant, to pass, Elvis need to score lesser marks. But Ajmeri is giving exam on a difficult, easy variant. To pass, Ajmeri need to score more marks to pass. How they do that? Whatever your actual marks you will score, they will multiply with a weight. That weight they are not communicating to me and you. They are not telling. That is their internal insider information. Suppose for Elvis, the weight is 108%. That means whatever actual marks of Elvis, it will be multiplied by 108% to announce the marks to Elvis. But for Ajmeri, since it is an easy variant, the weight is 95%. Whatever Ajmeri will score in actual, they will be multiplied by 95% to announce the marks to Ajmeri. Because of that, a student may score 79 because 150 is the question paper, 80 is the pass marks. I have seen that very rare students are getting 79 also. One student scored 80 pass, another 79 fail. If I am the examiner or anybody in the world is the examiner, they will never give you 79. They will give you 80 only. But examiner has not given you 79. Your marks were 85, 84, 76, 75. But when they are multiplied with the weights, they become 79. It's a God. It's God's fault. It's not anybody's human being's fault. Some student complain that sir, ek number mere ko de deta. I am saying in the first class, the examiner has not given you 79. You are not hearing me. Because different variants have a different story, different level of toughness. So every variant has a different weight attached to the marks. Nobody knows this. They are not communicating in outside. Now, we can score this 80 marks hurdle, which is, you can say, out of 150, 80 means 53% approx. I generally say around 50%. When we are writing all the 4 tasks properly, if any single task your performance is very bad, average chalega, but very bad, it will be difficult to score 80 marks. A reason being that the highest marks at global level is around 110 to 115. 110 to 115 is even less than 80%. I will say around 75% is the world highest, first, second rank. 75% is the highest marks. So 25% you are not going to score. 25% will not come at all. That 75% marks, by writing one task very badly, We can't score that 75% marks. Mane, we will not be able to score 80 marks because that will be giving you less than 80 only. So your preparation should be such that your answers should be such that you should be writing all the answers at least average standard. In some of the answers, obviously, when you are writing average answers, some of the answer you will definitely able to write very good. By that average out, you will be able to score 80 marks to pass the exam. And this will not be decided on the day of exam. This, if you are taking the classes, I will come to know, you will come to know during the classes only. अजमेरी जी, आप जब पढ़ रहे थे, आप लोग 3 लोगों ने एग्जाम दिया, 2 पास हुए, ऑपरेशनल की स्टडी 1 स्टूडेंट couldn't pass. That student is saying, I have not given my 100%. He is already saying. So it is not that on the day of a result, when the result will come, we will come to know pass fail. We know in the class only whether you will pass. I know you know. Because it's efforts which you are going to put before the exam regularly. It's not that on the result. Because somebody says that, sir, मैं pass होऊंगा कि नहीं? सर, आपको मालूम है आप पास होंगे कि नहीं? रिजल्ट थोड़ी ना बताएगा. It's not that the result will be telling you whether you will pass or not. Already your preparation in the class, me and you know whether you will pass or not. 95%, not 100%. So if there is a 95% probability that you will be passing the exam, you will pass only, sir. Maybe the marks 2 or 5 marks here and there. This I have written that the syllabus is divided into core activities. Core activity, we can say the first core activity is evaluating the strategic opportunities. The second core activity is implementing some project appraisals. The third core activity is relating to performance measurement analysis. The fourth activity is relating to accounting part. And the fifth core activity is relating to stakeholder analysis. The exams are based on core activities. Okay. But please understand that what it is written. The CIMA case study blueprint is based on 5 core activities, supported by assessment outcomes expressed in terms of I can statement, I can statement of I can speak, I can explain, like that. However, rather than focusing on the distinction between each core activity, examiner are saying the most important skill on the day of exam is to able to answer the task set with the efficient application. The main reason candidate fail in their answer are too generic with little application. Broadly speaking, you will need to ensure you have properly prepared for the pre-seen information in advance and also be comfortable with how to react to the unseen portion. The preparation is split into understanding the pre-seen, then practice unseen based so many different types of questions, which we will be covering till 5th of November. From today till 5th of November, approximately 1 month. And then from 5th of November to around 15th of November, better to write. We will be doing mock papers, covering all the core activities and all that. The schedule is written today. We will discuss the exam pattern, the pre-seen material. On 12th October, we will discuss core area A and B. But for core area A and B, I will give you homework today only. You need to submit the answers. बोला पढ़ाई नहीं answer कहाँ से देंगे? I will be telling you how you will write the answers. On 19th, we will discuss core area B, your answers, write up, discussion. And on 19th, I will give you core area C and D questions. Then on 26th, C and D, we will discuss and I will give core area E questions. Then on 2nd November, we will be doing the core area E discussion, anything left here and there. Then on 9th November, I will be taking mock test in the class. And there will be some mock test as given homework also. And then 9th to 16th, you will brush up everything, whatever we have studied, and you will ask your doubts. And then you will prepare, give the exam. The exam form last date, I don't remember. It is written on the CIMA website. But I will advise don't delay to fill up the exam form beyond 25th of October. For exam form filling, there is no payment to be done. Unless and until you have a student given the exam, failed the exam, then in that case, you need to pay exam fees. Otherwise, FLP student already paid in the FLP subscription. The senior executive professional level student, Colaco and Praveen, already given the payment. You just need to go on the CIMA website in your account, in your FLP platform or anything, whatever. There is a tab, book your exam, click that, submit the exam, and it will be booked. You need to select the center or you need to select home. I will advise give exam sitting in home. Center-based exam, I will not advise. You will say, I will go in center, it's your call. In the center, the machine, the laptop, this, that issues are there. In your home, you will say internet if not there. That problem doesn't arise. Internet are always good nowadays. If it is arising, they will allow you next week again to give the exam. They will not charge you. So for that reason, your system, your place, your table, your computer, your keyboard, your environment, you will be able to perform better because exam is computer based at both the places. So my advice, giving exam sitting in home is advisable. Amar, whether you gave exam in exam center or you gave exam by sitting in home for operational case study. Amar. Amar Ajmeri. Whether you gave exam for operational case study in August 2024, sitting in home or in the exam center, at home only. What is your suggestion? What is your suggestion? Whether the exam should be given from home or exam should be given in the exam center? What is your experience? What is your experience? Ajmeri, we are waiting. Home is more comfortable as I am used to the environmental keyboard because those who give exam from exam center, they generally complain, sir, their keyboard was not good. I was typing, but it was not coming. But actually it is not correct. Because if you are using a new keyboard, it will not be giving you good feeling. So when you are in home, your laptop, your computer, your keyboard, your environment, your AC, your environment, whatever, you can't go out of the room. The room should be closed. Nobody should be coming and the camera should be running for the entire 3 hours. That all the things are there. Normal things. But sitting in home, giving the exam is far better. You don't need to waste your time in transit and all that. That is my feeling. But it's a different feeling. I'm not asking everybody, भैया क्या करना है? Normally, those who are FLP student, they need to complete the assignments. For assignment, you don't need to study anything. On the institute platform, there are multiple choice question. You select A, B, C, D, whatever. If it is wrong, submit it again. Don't require to study for giving. For giving exam, study E2, P2, F2. E2, P2, F2 study you will do for the purpose of case study, but for submitting the assignments, not required. Those who are the senior executive professional route, they don't need to do this. And those who are normal CIMA students, because normally, normal CIMA students are not there now. Then they need to pass E2, P2, F2 exam, then they are allowed to give the management case study. All the students are going to give MCS exam in the November month, not November end, I will say mid-November, ठीक है? Since 2020, the pre-scene material is for 2 terms, same May, August, same pre-scene, November, February, same pre-scene. So if you are not giving the exam in November, which you should not be doing, I am not going to take for February live classes because today I got up at 4 o'clock for studying for you and for strategic case study. It's very hectic, very detailed. So when something is same pre-scene for February, there will not be any live classes. Understand? For February, there will not be any live classes. For November, we are taking live class. For February, if you don't give exam or you could not pass, then also February, you will get recording classes. The CIMA case study classes are valid for 2 terms because every term there is a separate material. So if the student don't give exam or don't pass, then in May they can join again. We charge 50% fees. to cover our operational expenditures. For May 2025, separate classes will be running from when? From the March. Case study exam is based on a pre-seen material for November 2024. It is already released last week. The pre-seen material is of 25-30 pages, which is I have shown you. All the details are written. The how to write the answers, that is some of the points written here. The pre-seen material will be available in the exam during 3 hours. There will be on the screen, there will be a pre-seen tab. You click that pre-seen tab and you will be able to see the entire pre-seen in the exam anytime. Around 7 to 10 minutes we use in reading the unseen, planning and answer. 45 to 50 minutes left to type the answer. I will say 35 minutes left to type the answers. Recommended by the institute. Average speed of typing 15 to 20 words, around 1.5 lines. Answer styling, paragraph structure, short sentences as per the requirement of the question. 35 minutes in typing. So 35 into, if we say 20 words, 15 to 20 words, 700 in 35 minutes. One line is around 15 to 20 words. So 700 by 15, 50 lines answer. Okay? In one page, normally with 11 font size, you can type 35 lines approx. Length of the answer total 1.5 page. Based on a pre-seen, we will do 8 question papers. Core area A, B, C, D, E, and mock paper A, B, C, maybe D also. So we will be doing around 8 to 9 papers, which you all need to write the answers. I will evaluate. I will give you marks. Initially for core area A, B, C, D, I will not be giving you marks. But for the mock papers, I will be giving you marks. And in every paper, you will be getting 4 to 5 questions. So 8 into 4 to 5 will be coming 40. And in every question, there are two parts each. 40 into 2, 80. Normally, if you add up your entire syllabus of E2, P2, F2, there are not more than 65 topics. So some of the repetition will be there. Ultimately, we are going to cover entire syllabus of E2, P2, F2, the way it is required for the case study in our classes. All variants are not of the same standard. Institute follow weighted average marks. Difficult variant 110. Just hypothetically, I am saying easy 90%, normal 100%, 80 out of 150. For technical thing, the technical thing, I will say F2, we are doing already the separate classes fully. For E2, P2, no classes required. Whenever you are getting, suppose value chain analysis, you don't know. You go on my YouTube channel. Suppose you go here on my YouTube channel. Or maybe not mine, anybody. You type here value chain. Karo na yaar, kya hai? Value chain analysis. Zero. Why, sir? Value chain. Why it is showing 0? In my YouTube, I think there is no video on value chain. Maybe in place of my YouTube, we go in normal YouTube. ठीक है? यहाँ normal खोल लेते हैं. YouTube. Value chain. Value chain analysis. This is, I am not saying now, this is I am saying for last 10 years. Value chain analysis. Maybe you like one video of 15-20 minutes. कौन सा अच्छा लग रहा है? This is looking I meant to say, it is looking good. You can see this video. You can see this video. Any one video which you like, यार. ठीक है? कोई भी video value chain का थोड़ा 5-7 minutes देख लीजिए. This is 341K views. It's not less. So it is showing, definitely showing, and 17 minutes only. You prepare for anything technically like this. You will say, sir, what you will do? I will also be discussing value chain analysis in the class based on the question, the technical part, then what we need to write and all that, what you have written, we will also discuss. But for writing your answers, if you don't know something, do this. Or what you can do, you can do chat GPT. I am not opening chat GPT here on this screen. There are 3 screens I am using. I have taken the subscription on another screen. For that reason, I'm not opening here. You can write in the chat GPT value chain analysis, what is, it will be giving you some detail. So for writing an answer, when I will be giving you mock paper, for writing an answer, you do the technical study either on my YouTube channel or any other YouTube channel, any other YouTube channel or chat GPT or Google, whatever. According to me, YouTube and chat GPT will be much better as compared to normal YouTube, but it's still your call, man. Okay? Suppose I have given you 5 question homework for the next Saturday. Today, I have given you homework after the class. You are getting 7 days to write. Maybe today you have done the class, study done. Now tomorrow, Sunday, you will be doing research on all the 5 questions on YouTube and chat GPT. Whatever questions are given to you, you will do research of around 15-20 minutes each, maybe 25 minutes each on 5 questions. So from going into 125 minutes, 2 to 3 hours, you are doing research on all the questions which I have given you. Now you start writing the answer on Monday. Suppose you are writing an answer for 1 question in 30 minutes. So you will be writing 5 question answer on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 days. Maybe if you are studying half an hour each, then also. If you study, which I am saying, 2 hours regularly, 2.5 hours, then you will be able to write all the 5 answers on Monday only. Maybe some are left on Tuesday. So like that, you will be writing 10 questions answers Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, after doing the research on YouTube and chat GPT, and submit that in the class. I will check your answer, evaluate, analyze. I will give you feedback in the class when we will have the live class, and we will discuss those entire areas at length in the class on the next Saturday. So you have done your research, you have written the write-up, I have shared with you model answers, and I will be discussing that in the class, your write-up, what should be written and all that. Every left and right 360 degree, we will discuss them. That means core area A and B done by next Saturday. Again, next Saturday, I will be giving you C and D. You will submit the answers again the next Saturday. By doing the research and all that, you can't say I don't able to write. Whatever you can write, man. But don't copy from anywhere. Don't copy from chat GPT. I can understand if you are copy. Because our own language and the bookish language, chat GPT language will always be different. So if you are doing copy paste of that, you will not doing correct thing. You need to do your research and write the answers and submit the answers continuously. Once 1 month is over, we will finish off all the discussion of core area A, B, C, D, E. We will finish off the accounting classes also. Mostly, if something is left, you can ignore them. Once after first week of November, you don't need to attend the Tuesday, Friday classes. Their exams, ACCA exam is there is on December first week. Your exam is there in November. So for that reason, you just do those classes by the first week, maximum by 7th of November. That's all. You don't need to attend those classes further. By that time, I will finish off everything, whatever is required for your syllabus. And go on writing the answers. If anybody is not writing the answers, I'm not responsible to make you pass. You are bound to write the answers by this method. And what do you say? If you find any technical problem relating to CIMA Institute, mail them along with CC to us. If you find any problem relating to our technical videos, notes and all that, you mail us, don't call them. You mail us, then my team will help you during office hours. If you have subject related query, then my number is there. My number is here. But don't message me or call me for technical queries. Sir, video is not running and all that. They are there, man. Team is there. You just connect with me for your subject related query. Any doubt, you are doing something, you are not understanding the concept, you can call me, you can WhatsApp me. I will help you instantly, unless and until I am not taking any class. What else I will say? The paper pattern, the pre-seen material, the answer writing style, the time management, from where to study, what material to refer, how long to study, what is the exam pattern, what is the passing criteria, how we will be devoting our time in study, how we will be conducting our classes, how we will be finishing the syllabus. The exam form to be filled up by 25th of October, you should fill up now only, so that your focus is much better when you fill the exam form now. For filling the exam form, you need to go on the website of the institute, your My CIMA account. You go there, you will find the tab, book exam, and you book the exam. There is no tension. No charges are payable. And the class schedule and everything, when we will have the classes, how we are going to study. I think nothing is left. We should start the pre-seen discussion now. But before proceeding to discuss the pre-seen, one important thing, don't forget to fill the exam form. Every term after term, I have seen. I am saying in the first class to fill the exam form. Now the deadline is over. Student is calling me saying, I forgot to fill the exam form. Nothing can be done. Institute will not allow you to book the exam if the exam date filling is over. So don't delay. Book your exam as soon as possible. Once you book your exam, mail us detail of booking so that we can communicate to the institute that this is our student giving the exam on our behalf, Saraf Academy. So that if you find any problem, then they can help you on your behalf. So communicate with us when your exam booking is done in our mail that this has been done. And don't delay booking the exam form, because if you delay deadline, then in that case, you cannot give exam, even though you are studying. Every term I have seen, every term, single term, some student from management or strategic level or any level have not booked the exam. And then they are requesting, I can't do anything. CIMA is a particular rule in case study. You need to book the exam by that time. Anybody has anything to ask on these general aspects? I'm giving 2-3 minutes. You can type your query. If I have not said anything, I forgot to communicate, then I will say, I will again communicate if you have not understood anything. And then we will start discussing the pre-seen material. Those who have written good morning, Ajmeri, Kolako, Afsana, Triple R, or anybody else. It is 12:11. I am taking 12:14. Further 3 minutes if anybody will ask anything. Elvis Kolako. Elvis, you will say that, sir, where I can see on the CIMA website. CIMA. CGMA. Learning. CIMA CGMA learning. CGMA study hub. Let's better to remain in the home. Exam resources, study guides. I don't know the link. I've just typed and I got from Google something: objective test, case study, exam information, question practice. Okay? All the things are there. If somebody want to buy some material, study text, I am going case study resources. Operational case study resource, management case study resource, strategic case study resource, management case study resource, management case study resource. Somebody was asking me, sir, Elvis, you were asking, sir, I can't find where is the management case study. Arey, sir, We are in which age living? Sir, this is top. November 2024 pre-seen material, sir. This is not done, sir. And then you can say post-exam materials. All the paper which came in May, August with their answers are here in the PDF. Open PDF. See? All the answers, question papers are there. Variant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 variants they have prepared. For all the 6 variants, the question paper, the pre-seen material, the question paper, the answers, all are given. Somebody will say that I gave the exam in November. भाई आपने कौन सा एग्जाम दिया आपको देखकर समझ में आ जाएगा. You will be able to see which exam you gave, variant 1 or 2 or 3. And if you are thinking that you have not been given marks and all that, you can see the questions, the answers, question paper, all the variant given. The exam screen will be like this only. If somebody will say that, sir, I'm not getting when to fill up the exam form and all that. मेरे को नहीं समझ में आता आप लोग ऐसा पूछते क्यों हैं. बट फिर भी मान लीजिए आप पूछ लेते हैं भाई, पूछिए, कोई बात नहीं है. स्टडी गाइड्स, CGMA प्रोफेशनल क्वालिफिकेशन, सर्टिफिकेट इन अकाउंटिंग, एग्जाम रिसोर्सेस, प्रीमियम, tuition providers, well-being, webinar, article, webinar, well-being, exam resources, it should be showing to book the exam, case study exam, exam information, question practice, objective test, so many resources are freely available. Answer planning, how to demonstrate, how to produce. Resitting an exam. Somebody gave exam earlier, then in that case, they can click this and they can resit. Examiner's advice, CIMA examination readiness checklist. What is this examiner readiness checklist? Open the PDF. Readiness checklist. On the day of exam, after the exam, what you can do and all that. Examiner's readiness checklist. When you will go in My CIMA, you will be able to find the tab book exam and you will be able to book the exam. My advice, sitting in home, my advice is that only, sir. Okay? You can just do some research. You will be able to find all the relevant dates and everything. It is freely available. It is not my control. Institute will not write anything on the website. Then where they will write? Somebody will say that I can't find. That means your way of operating on the machine is very, very bad, sir. Requirements, if I that material, you can refer it is just that. It should be a desk, table, chair. On the table, there should be only a laptop or a computer on which you want to give exam. You want to use a separate keyboard, you can have a separate keyboard, one transparent water bottle, and proper ID proof of yours. One is government approved ID proof, two government approved. One is photo ID proof and one is a normal ID proof. The room should be closed. Nobody can go out. You cannot go out. Nobody can come in. The camera should be on for 3 hours and you will be able to give exam. On the computer or laptop, it should not be having admin right problem. If it is office laptop and you cannot give exam on that, it should be your personal. And during the time, the entire camera should be running for 3 hours. That's the requirement. When you book the exam, they will be giving you a file. You need to run the file on your computer to check that your computer is eligible. Once it is showing yes, 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 all tick, 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 then you can give from that computer or laptop the exam. There is a checklist given. When you book the exam, it will be giving you that checklist. You just need to download that checklist. It will check your computer availability. On your computer, laptop, there should not be any screen sharing software like Team Viewer, or maybe I will say any desk or anything. There are many software in the market that should not be there. Because if it is there, that means you are going to cheat from somebody. So they are not allowing. That are the basic requirements. When you will book the exam, they are giving you all those instructions there only. You need to read, sir. While booking the exam, while giving the exam, from home, you need to follow the instructions. Even though general instructions I am saying, there is a video also that what are the things, how the desk and all that. To get something, to give something, sir. If you don't read the instructions, even though I will say 1,000 times, it will not be 100% okay. And if you find any problem, mail to the CIMA Institute, Mr. Ankit or anybody along with CC to us. We will help you. We will ask them if something we don't know. But they are very cordial. They are very, when you ask that how to book the exam, one student day before yesterday asked, I gave the mail to CIMA Institute. CIMA Institute gave the file that this is the full step to book the exam. I gave you the same mail only. Then I have not mailed it to the CIMA Institute again. Whenever you have any technical problem relating to the institute, you are bound to mail to CIMA Institute along with CC to us. When the technical problem relating to Saraf Academy, you need to mail us, my team will help. When the subject related query is there, Prakash Saraf is there, sir. Our classes software, my team will help, sir. As I said, you are already doing classes for 15, 20 days, sir. Again, we are discussing illogical thing, Joe. If all clear, then we should proceed to discuss the pre-seen material. So all clear, then please type in the chat box AC. All clear. Everybody, not only Joe. And if you have anything to ask still, then please type your question. What matter? My software doesn't matter, sir. But to install my software, maybe you have shared your screen with TeamViewer or maybe with anything with anybody of my staff, then delete that software from your machine. Because any screen sharing software, if it is there in your machine, it will not allow you to give exam. That will automatically be tested when you will book the exam. It will automatically test your machine for that purpose. It will ask you to delete that. You click delete. You don't have any option. So Elvis, now never in life this will be arising. When to book exam, where is the pre-seen, where is the past term question papers, what is the passing criteria, when the result will come and all that. All these questions will never come, Elvis. Huh? Elvis, for you, Johi is also from UK only. You both are from UK. So now let's proceed discussing the pre-seen material. Those who are our registered students, they have already been given this pre-seen material and my analysis around last week, 7 days back. Hai. Anybody has read this pre-seen material? Who has read this pre-seen material at least once fully? Elvis has read. Good, sir. Anybody else? Anybody else who read this pre-scene material once at least? क्या भाई? Only Elvis has read. So, Johu, how we will give the exam and pass the exam, sir? How, sir? Muhammad Ajmeri, क्या हो रहा है, sir? Then what you are doing, man, since 7 days? You have to read this, sir. We will. I want the homework submission, assignment submission on every week basis. Okay. If we will not submit, we can't pass. Simple. Simple. Yes, no. Simple. Afsana Praveen, the pre-scene material detail we are given, not read. Like this, we cannot pass. Okay, no problem. As a synopsis, I'm just telling about the pre-scene material. I'm not reading one by one line. There is no point. That is in front of you. You have to read properly. As I said, this is a company engaged in the business of double glazed, what I should say, the language exactly they are using. This is a case study on a company named as Shiny Glass, manufacture double glazed windows and doors. Double glazed windows and doors for installation. For installation in home and corporate customers. For residential home and for corporate customers, we are manufacturing double-sized glazed windows and doors. Whether it is a quoted company listed in the stock exchange, we don't know. Nowhere it is written whether it is listed or not. But considering the information, the way it is given, maybe we can say that it is unquoted. But in the exam, they can tell you that it is quoted. How does it make difference? A quoted company has many extra regulatory requirements as compared to a non-quoted company. We are not knowing whether it is quoted or not. But for a quoted company, the requirements are many. So whether they are following those requirements or not, that we need to check. You can say that for a quoted company, normally the directors should be executive and non-executive directors. NED should be there. For a quoted company, the CEO and chairman generally should be the separate person. For a quoted company, for their organization, there should be an ethical code of conduct. For a quoted company, the listing fee they need to pay every year where the shares are listed. Like suppose in India, they need to pay to the SEBI. Similarly, they need to pay the securities board, whoever the country's board, listing fee. A quoted company brand goodwill is far greater than a non-quoted company because they need to follow the stringent guidelines of the listing requirements. So we don't know whether it is quoted or not because nowhere written. In the exam, anyway, it can be given. Just that for the time being, we are assuming, suppose it is non-quoted. The company is established in Templant. There is no name as Templant, no name as Shiny Glass, nothing. But these all analysis which is given are based on the practical company in the market, which I have given in my analysis when I've shared with you all. the pre-scene analysis. Then I have given the practical companies in the market, the name of those companies. Those companies' names are written, and based on that, I have given the video also, YouTube video, which you need to refer. This is around 30-35 page write-up. Okay? In around 14 font size. Just copy the link and put them in the address bar to see the video, because maybe before the write-up, students should see the video also. How the glass windows are manufactured, in how they are fitted. This company, which is a famous company in the world, they are uploading a video on their website. They have uploaded what they are showing and all that, and then reading this entire stuff. This is the research, or you can say industry analysis about the pre-scene. No further research need to be done by any student. That's my advice. Rest is your choice. But you need to be ready that today there is a class after 7 days when this material given. We should be reading 2-3 times and then should be attending the class. Because then in that case, you are regularly preparing the way you need to prepare. No problem. But next time, if we don't, because now if we don't become serious, we cannot give exam in November. Now it will be difficult to prepare you, to help you to pass the exam. So the company is established in Templand. The Templand is a developed country. The currency of the country is T dollar. Always they name the currency on the name of the country. And the company is doing business only in this country. They are domestic company. They are not having international operations. We can say that when they are the leader in the country, they are the maximum market share and the leader in the industry in Templand. So when they have grown their business like this, why not they target the foreign market? Because the glass door windows are required all over the world. It's a growing industry. So why not, for the growth purpose, they will be targeting other countries, maybe nearby countries, at least to diversify, to grow their business. You can say that that is an opportunity. And it has only one head office. Every company has one head office and one factory. Both are maybe adjacent in the central place. And that central place, the head office and the factory is located, where the manufacturing activity are going on. And it sells their products both to the domestic and business customers. They are selling their products both to the domestic. Domestic means I will be installing the windows and all that. I have installed windows in my house 10 years back, Fenesta. If anybody know this company, Fenesta. They have also given me the guarantee of 10 years. The Fenesta windows were installed in my windows, and those Fenesta company has given me the guarantee of 10 years. Even already 11-12 years is over, the windows are perfectly okay. I was correlating this with my Fenesta windows. It is good soundproof. The material is very good. The glass is very strong. It is, I mean to say, when there is heavy summer, winter and all that, it will protect us. Not 100%, because nothing is 100% available. But it is a good product I purchased 11-12 years back in this house. So the company is selling their product on domestic and business basis customers to both. It is a leading company in the country. That is Templand. They are the leader. Others are lower than us. And its business model, it wishes to remain at the market leader. They have written their business model, the values and all that, mission, vision. They want to remain the leader. They are the leader and they want to remain the leader. Their business should be conducted in such a way that they remain the leader in the industry. The financial statements which is given, I will be showing you, showing good growth in sales revenue, in profit, operating profit, gross profit, every aspect it is showing good picture. Even the competitor financial is also given. That also is showing good picture, maybe slightly lesser than us, but it is showing a good picture. The market for this, they have written in the pre-scene, the market is very growing. Because the old customers want to change their windows from single to double-sized windows, double glazed windows. And all the new constructions, whether it's residential, whether it's offices, doors and everything, are installing the double-sized glazed windows only. So it's a growing industry. Like my industry, the CIMA, ACCA, CMA, CPA, CMA US, Diploma, IFRS, it's a very growing industry. Maybe I'm not saying there are many players in the market, those who are offering the classes, but it's a growing industry. The demand are day by day increasing. The students' inquiries and all that are increasing. Similarly, this business is a growing business. When the business in which you are, that is a growing business, it makes your life easier to get the customers, to get the business rolling, to maintain sustainability, to think about customers and suppliers, to think about the stakeholders, shareholders, you will be able to grow. So it's a growing industry. It's a competitive. Every business is competitive. Like in tuition industry also, there are so many players starting the tuition. But survival of the fittest. You need to think about your business, your customers, your suppliers, your staff, your shareholders, your other, you can say institute. Everybody, if you think you can do whatever is required for them, better than others, you will be able to survive, you will be able to grow. And that is actually the case with Shiny Glass Company also. The Shiny Glass is selling premium products. The prices which they are charging for their double-sized glazed windows are slightly greater than what is charged by others, because they believe in their quality. And because of the quality, they have generated loyal customers. The customers are referencing others to join, to buy the products from this company only. And since their products are producing quality, they do huge research and developing new type of products, aluminum type of windows, doors, then UPVC types of windows and doors, then wooden windows and doors, improvement in the different types of glass, fittings, hinges and all that. They are always different design, suits the requirement. They are always doing that thing. Because of that, they are very famous. They established 62 years ago. 60 years plus their establishment is there, have a good brand and image. So their products are slightly costlier than others. And the people are ready to pay for their costlier products. Because of that reason, they are still remaining the leadership position in the country. When any company has followed that business model, then going forward, they want to maintain the same model. They are not going to offer their product at cheap prices, because we are not fighting with those who are offering the product at cheap prices. I have actually in my house 2 types of windows. Some of the areas I installed Finesta because the price was 10 times higher. And maximum area I installed the normal windows. The normal window are also working, but there is no soundproof. It is not double size, single glass. So many issues are there. They are still running. But the comparison with the Finesta and the local player is not at all comparable. Similar is the case with this Shiny Glass Company, that they are offering the product at a good price, premium price, differentiating themselves on the basis of price and quality and on innovations, development, customer satisfaction, good connection with the suppliers. They are offering ready to install windows. The windows are fully ready in the factory of the company. And then once it will be delivered to the customer, there it can be easily straight away installed. They are ready to install window delivery. It is not that somebody will be coming in your home, will be doing the finishing and then install. No, full finishing window will be coming in your house and that will be installed directly. So they are selling finished product. How they are marketing their products, how they are attracting customers, how they are competing. They have a very good website. And on the website, they are publicizing their products, their features. They are marketing on newspapers. They are marketing on, television and social media also. And they are selling their products by a reference from the existing customers also. So the marketing, branding and all that, each website, social media, newspaper, television, and recommendation from the existing customers. Out of all these, I always correlate any business case study with mine. We have also the customers from the website. The ad on television, newspaper, I don't prefer. I'm not giving. But the social media ads are there. And my 50% of the students are from reference from the existing customers. Those who have taken classes earlier with us, they are referencing 50% of our customers. So always 50% of business is ready for Saraf. Because 50% of the customers are coming by having a reference from the existing customers. Even though this is not an age where you will be classroom study, it's online where you can attract students from all over the world. But still 50% from UK, from any part of the world, students are coming by taking reference from other students. So they are also doing their marketing like this. It's a business which is very much dependent on suppliers. The suppliers are giving the frame, big size frame, aluminium, UPVC frame. The suppliers are giving the glass. The suppliers are giving the fittings, hinges, screws and all that. What we are doing in our factory, cutting the frames as per the sizes which is required by the customer size requirement. Then whatever the glass, hinges and all fittings are there, we are putting them together. The windows are ready. And then there is an installer. Those installers are independent persons. Those installers come, collect the window and will install at the customer place. Actually, what we are doing, we are just doing assembling. The frames, glass, hinges, fittings, everything we are purchasing from suppliers, different suppliers for different things. Then the installer is also outside person, outside contractors. Those installers are given contract to install windows at the customer location. They connect with the customer, they connect with our operations team, and the windows are developed, and then the installer install the window at the customer place. It's, you can say, a virtual type of organization. I'm not saying 100% virtual like Amazon and all that. They are doing some production in the factory. They are doing the assembling. But most of the things are outsourced. The sales of the windows are done through sales people. Those are not our employee. The sales people are independent persons. They are given commission on sale. The installers are outsider. They are given for every installation, job by job basis, they are paid. So we don't have any salesman in the company. We don't have any installer in the company. The supplies are all coming from outside. So what purpose we are having the staff? We are having 160 persons working in the factory, and we are having 240 persons working in the head office. Total 400 staff. 160 persons in factory are doing the manufacturing, assembling of the windows basically. And 240 staff in the head office are managing admin, managing operations, managing the connectivity with the different. You can see that they have written. One is the production department, one is marketing department, then one is finance and admin department, then one is R&D department, and like that. 4 or 5 departments they have mentioned. Those 240 persons are managing the office functions. But it's a business which is very much dependent on suppliers and installers. So satisfaction of suppliers, installers, a good communication with them is very essential for the development of our business. Because the customer will never be satisfied. Customer will never be getting the value. Customer will never be paying the premium price if they are not getting the premium quality service. And that depends upon the coordination, the function which they are performing with outside persons. In the company, there are executive, non-executive directors. Executive directors are managing the business. Non-executive directors' job is to see whether the executive directors are doing the business properly or not. If any problem, anything comes, then the non-executive director will help to resolve, will help to advise. Non-executive director regularly don't come in the office. But the executive director comes in the office on regular basis. Executive directors are treated as employees of the company. Non-executive directors are normally independent consultants. They don't come in the office daily, maybe monthly, maybe quarterly. Whenever requirement is there, they come and they help, they guide, they control whether the executive directors are working properly or not. Normally, in a listed company, executive, non-executive, both type of directors are required. But we have, whether we are listed or not, we don't know. Maybe if we are not listed, but we are managing a good corporate governance structure. For Windows making, production and all that, what is the system? First of all, there is a customer who is interested in installing window or replacing window in his house. They will give a call. There are caller teams. Those caller team will receive the call. Once the caller team will receive the call, they will pass on that request of the customer to our sales manager. There is, for every reason, there is a sales manager in our company. They are our employee. The sales manager, based on the area, based on the requirement of the customer, based on the volume, based on the better sales people, agents are there. They will allot the sales to the sales people in that region. First of all, customer will call at the call center. The call center will pass on the lead to the sales manager. The sales manager will pass on that lead to the sales people in that region, based on their track record, based on their performance, because it is the sales manager, right, to whom he will be giving that order. Now the sales people will visit the customer location, because Windows cannot be developed without seeing the place and all that. So the sales people will come at the customer place. They will be showing all the options, features, this, that. The sales people are very much trained by the company at the beginning. And there is a regular training after every 6 months for the sales people to showcase the features of our product to the customers. And understanding the requirement of the customers, giving them the option, analyzing what type of product to be offered to the customer. The salesmen are given a list price. On that list price, they can offer discount to the customers. The discount can range from 0 to 60%. But if the sales people is offering more discount to the customers, then in that case, the commission of the salesman will be going down. So if they want to compromise their commission to get the order, they can offer huge discount. The discount decision will be taken by the sales people. But whatever discount they are giving to the customer, order need to be confirmed by the sales manager in the office after connecting with the operations team. Maybe the sales people has confirmed, but the order may be rejected by the sales manager. Normally it doesn't happen, but it can be. The authority is given to the sales manager. When the sales people collect the order from the customer, then the sales people will do the measuring of the size of windows, nature and all that. All specification they will take. They will share that specification with the sales manager. The sales manager communicate with the customer. The customer need to pay some advance before the order is confirmed. And when the customer pays the advance, the order is confirmed. Once the order is confirmed, it is given to the operations team, factory team to manufacture the windows. The order is allocated to a particular installer in that region, installer contractors. The installer will again visit. The installer will again visit at the customer location for confirmation of the sizes and all that. That's a double confirmation, you can say. And then the installer will confirm to the operation team that this is the size and exactly this, that. Then the production starts. Once the production is ready, the installer will communicate with the operation team and the customer when it will be ready, when it will be installed, what will be the lead time. Then the installer will install the window, take the delivery of the window and install at the customer place. And once the installation is done, the work is finished, the review is taken from the customer, and that completion of the work detail is given to the company sales manager and the accounts team. And then the balance will raised for the balance amount with the customer, and the customer pays the balance amount. And then there is an after sales service team. They will connect with the customer, ask the problems, any issues they are facing, what's the issue, what need to be improved and all that. And that need to be incorporated going forward in our culture, in our system. That's the system we are following. Business system. In this entire thing, regular communication between different teams, communication, coordination, understanding each other language, understanding the requirement of the customer, communicating to the operation team, production team, supplier team, sales manager. It's a very, very daunting task because installing window is not a small amount. Installing window, replacing window is a very big amount. So for that reason, the company has already contracted with a finance company also. If a customer don't have money, they can take the finance from the finance company which we are referring. Then in that case, if the customer is taking loan from the finance company, then we will be getting commission on that loan. And the salesman need to pitch to the customer about the loan. So if the loan is taken from the finance company, our reference, then the salesman will also be getting some extra commission on that product sale. So there are two types of revenue stream in our company. One is a Windows sale and one is commission on the finance arrangement to the customer through our finance partner. These are the two types of revenue stream we are generating in our company. They have given the financial statement named as consolidated group accounts. That means definitely there is a parent, there is a subsidiary. Because for that reason, the word is written group accounts, consolidated financial statement. But in the balance sheet, there is no NCI. Non-controlling interests are not there. That means if the subsidiary is there, that subsidiary is 100% shareholding. The subsidiary is 100% shareholding. The subsidiary is 100% shareholding because there is no NCI. Normally, I've seen that in management case study, even though group accounting is there in F2, but most of the cases I've seen that in the balance sheet, they are not writing NCI. The non-controlling interest is not there. So most of the times in the exam, they are giving the case study where 100% shareholding by parent. Maybe in exam, they want to develop a case study question that there is another company we want to acquire. We will be acquiring 80% shares and the 20% will be the NCI or maybe a joint venture or an associate. Always they have given in the exams. Even in the last term, if you see the 6 variants, you will find most of the variant, the questions are there on group accounting. So maybe in the last case study also, I remember there was no NCI, but the questions was asked. But for the time being, you can say scenario preparation we will be doing later. But for the time being, it's a parent and subsidiary, and the subsidiary is 100%. And the company follows, as I said, non-executive director structure. Even though it is not listed, better corporate governance they are following. We can say that the company has the opportunities for organic growth, new product development, new design, and new features. They have inorganic expansion possible, acquiring a supplier, acquiring a frame developer, acquiring a glass manufacturer, acquiring the fittings manufacturer. That possibility is also there for the growth purpose. Obviously, questions can be given based on those scenarios relating to that. And for what do you say? For expansion, whether for organic or inorganic, when I will show you the financials, they don't have much cash balance. Cash and bank balance is very less. So we will be requiring funds to grow. Whether organic or inorganic, anything, funds will be required. So whether we should be going for debt, whether we should be going for equity, the different advantage, disadvantage of different capital structure. Then if we will be taking over or doing organic development, then analyzing the capital investment appraisal things, that how the project analysis should be done, what are the different techniques we can apply. Definitely the questions will be there. That means the theme in the exam in most of the case study, according to me, 3-4 types of theme. What is theme? They will create in the entire variant a story. which story will be relevant in every task. So one story will be takeover of another company. Maybe we are going to acquire 80% share, 70% share, 100% share. We are entering into a joint venture, maybe a supplier or something. Another, we are going for organic development. We want to develop windows of wooden, because wooden type we are not developing. We are developing aluminum and we are developing UPVC. But wooden window we have not yet started. So relating to that entire question paper. Third, there may be some problem with a customer. He has put some write-up on the social media. Then there is a fight with some supplier. Because of that it happened, something like that. Or maybe there is a question, I mean to say entire scenario based on operational issues. Supplier, customers, installers, anything. It is not about complaint of the customer, but any operational issues. These are the 3-4 themes. These 3-4 themes will be definitely there in the exam. But relating to these 3-4 themes, what type of question they will ask? Whether it will be in accounting, I will say, non-current assets, intangible assets, tangible assets, impairment, research and development, whether it will be group accounting, whether it will be provisioning requirement, whether it will be revenue recognition, I don't know, man. But all are important. Whether relating to, I will say that they will be asking questions on financial part. Financial part means any project, whether we should be using NPV, IRR, what is the risk involved in the project, how the risk analysis can be done, or whether what should be the cost of capital structure we should be using for the new project. Definitely question will be there. In all the theme, these questions will be there. Whether the question will be based on what should be the pricing of our product, whether it should be a target cost pricing, whether it should be a cost-based pricing, whether the pricing strategy should change or not, whether there should be how we can control cost in our organizations, even though we are doing good in the cost factor, but what we can do further, what is the cost transformation model, how it can be applied in the company. Relating to management accounting part, they can ask questions on what I should say, life cycle costing, because we are giving guarantee for 10 years. So what are the different types of cost we incur during the 10 years? Maybe one time we install the window. Later on, there are requirements. So we need to incorporate that cost. Life cycle costing, target costing, environmental accounting, sustainability reporting. Those are management accounting part. And as far as enterprise pillar, the question can be on what are the marketing which we are doing and what marketing skills we can apply further. What are the HR, health and safety? There is no team specifically designed for that. How we are managing the HR, health, safety and all that for our products for the customers. How we are doing that relating to health, safety, HR, all the things. What should be done for motivation? How the performance evaluations we are already doing and what changes in the performance evaluation should be done. Because we need to analyze the performance of different department divisions. What are the strategic opportunities we have? In particular strategic opportunity, what are the pros and cons of that thing? The advantage, disadvantage of different aspects. I mean to say that the syllabus is E2, P2, F2. You may be thinking how I will write these. Tomorrow is not the exam. You go on doing whatever I am saying, everything we will cover in the class. Don't need to take tension. For P2 management accounting, for E2 enterprise pillar, no separate technical study required. Since 2015 to 24, not a single batch, those technical study was given to any student. And most of the students are doing the CIMA after a gap of study of 5 years, 7 years, 8 years like that. But they all are working. They have the working knowledge. They have the practicality that you need to bring in your answer, not the technical stuff. Whatever the technical stuff required, that is only accounting part. That we are, I mean to say, going to cover in Tuesday, Friday classes, because that cannot be covered with the case study classes, but relating to performance pillar, management accounting pillar, and relating to enterprise pillar. No technical study required. With our discussion in the class, with your some research, some YouTubes and chat GPT, you will be easily able to manage at a greater extent, which you will not be able to manage by doing the technical study. Now, I have not read any of the item because reading will create boring in the class. You are all bound to read this pre-seen material 3 times. 1 time should have read up till now. You have not read. So the backlog is increasing. I'm just slightly once going through the figures of the financial statements. The financial statement, they are saying revenue, cost of sale, gross profit, operating expense, operating profit, finance cost, profit before tax, and profit for the year. When we are doing our accounting classes, the first class I focus on what? When we are doing our accounting classes, the first class I focus on what? I focus on this only, sir. You need to have basic understanding of financial statement format. That way, every financial statement of the world are prepared. Normally, the students are having from MBA background, the accounting knowledge is very poor. You need to develop your accounting knowledge to give the case study exam. The revenue of the company from 2023 to 24 has gone up from 271 to 298. Approximately 27 divided by 271. The increase is 298 minus 271. That will be coming approximately 27. And 27 by 271 will be coming approximately 10%. So the company revenue has gone up by 10%. The cost of revenue, 127.5 to 131.2, only increased by around 4. 4 by 127 is coming around 3%, approximately 3%. The gross profit, huge jump because the revenue has gone up by 10% and the cost of revenue has gone up only by 3%. So for that reason, the gross profit has gone up quite significantly. If you calculate gross profit margin, 143 by 271, which will be coming approximately 54-55%. In the current year, it will be coming further higher because the cost of sale has gone up at a lower rate and the revenue has gone up at a higher rate. Operating expenses, 51 to 50. Bapre. The sales has gone up, but the operating expenses has gone down. Operating profit further gone up because operating expenses are down. Finance cost is same. That means same amount of borrowing last year, current year, same interest rates, so same interest expenditure. Profit before tax, obviously more than double last year. Tax on a double profit, the tax will also be double because tax is based on your income. And then the profit for the year is more than double, 17 to 38.5. Now, some few questions. What can be the logical reason we can associate relating to increase in revenue at a higher pace than increase in cost of sale? What can be the logical reason we can associate? Again, I am repeating the question. That the revenue is increasing at 10%, but the cost is increasing at only 3%. And even the operating expenses are reducing. What can be the logical reason for this? The second thing, what are the types of expenditures included in cost of revenue and in operating expenses? Examples of some expenditures which are included in cost of revenue and operating expenses. Again, I am repeating both the question. What can be the logical explanation we can give that the revenue increased by 10%, but the cost of revenue only by 3%, and even operating expenses are going down? And the second question, what are the different types of expenditures which must be included in cost of revenue and operating expenses? You need to type only because we are doing from YouTube. You can't speak. You need to type in the chat box. Everyone need to type. Because if there is no communication, the class will not be interesting. What can be the answer for those two things? Try to write in small. Don't try to type huge things. I'm waiting for everybody. Others also, Joe, who has written that, is this because operational variances has come down with effective control on operations? Is this because operational variances has come down with effective control on operations? Elvis Colaco, Triple R, Ajmeri, Afsana Praveen. Please type what you are thinking. Maybe wrong or right, doesn't matter. or insurance manufacturing variances. For instance, manufacturing variances, purchase price variances, control on inventory, spending on operations, such as operating supplies, paint, and so on. Okay. Maybe when we will be there in the normal software, then in that case, you could have communicated in voice message. But here typing takes time. Others are not communicating, don't know. Let's hear from my thing. Why there is a revenue increase? Maybe there is a price increase, or maybe there is a volume quantity increase. That I have already said, Kolako, that the cost of revenue is increasing at a lower rate than the revenue. Why? That I am asking. Why the operating expenses is lower than last year? Why? I am asking. What are the types of expenditure included in the cost of revenue operating expenses? That I am asking. Whatever you were writing, Elvis Kolako, I am asking that only, sir. Why it is happening? Let me say, I was saying that increase in revenue may be because of price, that we are increasing the price of our windows, or the increase in revenue because of quantity. We are selling more windows in the current year than last year. Normally, the cost of revenue maximum part is variable expenditure. The cost of revenue includes the order getting cost from the customer. That means the salesman going, visiting to the place, getting the order from the customer, that charges. The material purchase from suppliers, windows, this, that, those charges. Then operations, the production of the windows in our factory production charges. Installation of the windows at the customer location, that charges. That is called cost of revenue. The operating expenses are administration, those who are managing the marketing activity, those who are handling with accounting, director, executive, non-executive director salaries, all those are operational expenses. The operational expenses are normally fixed. The operational expenses are generally of a fixed nature. They will not reduce by reduction in the revenue. They will not increase by increase in the revenue. But generally, the inflation happen. Every year, your salary must be increasing in the organization. So normally, the operating expenses should be increasing, but maybe there is some staff who left. There is some, even though inflation is there, but the cost has gone down because it is a fixed nature expenditure. But the cost of revenue is a variable nature expenditure, and still it is going at a lower pace than the revenue. The one reason can be that there is increase in sale price more than the increase in quantity. So when there is no increase in quantity, the cost of revenue will not increase. Or maybe that the sale is increasing because of quantity, but we are able to deal with our suppliers, our production activity in much efficient way. We are able to get a quantity discount from our suppliers relating to frames, relating to glass, relating to hinges and all that. For that reason, the cost has gone down. Nobody knows what is actually, because that is not written in the pre-scene. But if we are making ourselves ready that these may be the reasons, and if something asked in the question, then you will be able to write in a better way. Saying just variance, maybe Johu, you are managing in your organization the variance part. But here the question of variance is not coming. Here the question is coming, why that the cost is lower? Why it has gone down, whereas the revenue is going up, and what are the types of expenditure included? According to me, why it is going down, you will be able to say when you know what is the expenditure included in cost of revenue and operating expense. So when you realize operating expense is mainly the fixed expenditure, why they will increase by increase in revenue? It's not a question of efficiency, it's a question of fixed expenditure. Some decrease is there because maybe some staff, something has money that left, that is not required. So that can be said as efficiency. And the cost of revenue is going down, maybe because revenue is increasing because of sale price, then the cost will not increase. Or maybe the revenue has increased because of quantity, but the cost we have paid less to the suppliers by getting discount because we are dealing with the suppliers for quite a long time. And we have been able to force them to offer better a discount because we are a big player in the industry. We are the leader in the industry in the country. So the suppliers are bound to offer the product to us at a lower price. And we have been able to produce in the factory the windows, assembled windows at a lower cost. By bringing efficiency, motivation, by giving training to our staff, we have been able to produce at a faster pace. Because of that reason, the chances are there, the cost of revenue is increasing at a lower proportion than the increase in sales. Like that, the analysis, this thing is not written anywhere in any material. This you need to bring out from your heart, from your brain, because we are working professional. What we are doing in the organization, working is that only, man. That way you need to explain your analysis about the financials. There is finance cost same. You will see in the balance sheet, we will see the debt amount is same. So the interest is same. And the tax is a proportion of profit tax rate. The tax rate may be constant, but when the profit is double, so obviously the tax will be double. So it all is showing that a very good performance by the company. Revenue growth greater than the cost growth. There is operational efficiency in operating expenditures. The interest remains same. That means we are still having the same risk relating to debt, the interest burden, and the company's profit, operating profit, profit after tax has approximately more than doubled in the current year as compared to last year. So the financials is showing a very good picture, which is as per the market also, it's a growing industry. We are already the leader. So we are maintaining our leadership positions. These data are saying that. On this, I have not shared the calculation of ratios, percentages and all that, which I will share by tomorrow. Because after your class, there is a strategic case study class. For that reason, I will be sharing with you by tomorrow morning, by maximum morning 11 a.m. Some ratios calculations, some write-up on the financial statement. But when the pre-scene is being read, then we need to read the pre-scene not as an English language. We need to go into the wordings. We need to go into inside the paragraph, what exactly they want to convey. Then the reading has a meaning. Otherwise, so it's a book reading, you can say. It's a story reading. We need to go into the words. A management accountant job is why the figures have changed. What can be the logical reason behind that? If it is positive, we need to repeat that. If it is negative, we need to avoid that. We need to work upon that so that we can improve. That is the purpose of doing the financial statement analysis. Okay. Anything to ask on this financial statement analysis, PL account analysis for the time being? Johu and Elvis. And this is the financial statement for 30th September, year ending. That is the last month only. Increase in sale price, improve productivity. Productivity is related with the cost, not with the revenue. Productivity is related with the cost. Or you are saying that, comma dekare. Increase in sale price, improve productivity may have led to the increase in revenue, but decrease in operating expenses because of fixed expenses. Because operating expenditures are mainly fixed. And the fixed expenditure will not increase by increase in the sale. They have slightly gone down, very minimal. Maybe some of the operations are not required. We have reduced our staff or something. Don't know what, but definitely must be there. For that reason, it has gone down. As far as the statement of changes in equity is concerned, these are the opening balances of share capital, retained earnings. This is the profit in the current year from the PL account. On the top, they have taken current year profit and then dividend paid to the shareholders out of 38, 28. 28 by 38 is what is the percentage? I think around 70, 75%, 70%. Out of whatever we are earning, 70% we are giving dividend to shareholders. Whether it is good or bad, I can't say, because we need to see the past details. What is the dividend paid in the past? But whatever we are earning, 70% we are giving to shareholders as dividend. So the balance retained earning and the share capital remain same, and that is pasted in the balance sheet. In the balance sheet, the intangible assets has gone up. The property, plant and equipment has slightly gone down, just 4. Inventory has gone up slightly. Trade receivable has gone up slightly. Bank balance has gone down slightly. And the total of the assets. Share capital, same last year, current year. Retained earnings, the breakup already given in a statement of changes in equity. Loan figure is same, for that reason interest is same. Trade payables has slightly gone up and the tax has doubled because income is doubled. So this is the total of the balance sheet. Now, what can be the item included under intangible assets? You can say that Juhu and others, we have already studied in our classes IS 38. So IS 38 is basically intangible assets. So what are the items may be included under intangible assets? Overhead. Now you are using different language. Overhead is included in operating expenses also and cost of revenue also. Cost of revenue does not mean material labor. Overheads also. So overhead is included here also. Overhead is included here also. Here mostly the expenditure, whether it is overhead or fixed. And here mostly the expenditure are variable. The variable expenditures are increasing at a lower rate than sales. The reason may be there is increase in sale price, not increase in quantity. Or the reason may be there is, what do you say, better management with the suppliers, laborers, productivity, everything. And here the fixed expenses has gone down because of some reduction in the staff or something. It is not a question of overhead, because overhead is there in both the places, sir. In intangible assets, there will be goodwill, patent, copyright. What copyright can be included here? What copyright? You were saying general thing, what we studied in IS 38. Now you need to apply on this case study. Their business is not writing materials or something. They are not Saraf Academy. They will write something and they will acquire copyright. Copyright is not relevant. Trademark may be relevant because they may having a trademark like Saraf Academy registered trademark. They may having patent. If they have developed a certain type of window, which nobody else has developed, and there is a methodology to develop that, and they have acquired the patent on that, then in that case possible. I don't think so. Because they are doing assembly, that does not include anything. I can say that they may have done some research and development relating to advertisement, not advertisement relating to designing. Because they have a department of R&D, and in the R&D department, they must have incurred some development expenditure. The development expenditure can be capitalized when it satisfies the conditions of IS 38. So that type of thing may be there and the goodwill may be there. Because already written consolidated statement. So definitely they must have acquired some other company. Because of that, the goodwill they have paid. So goodwill and research and development, I think, must be included. So the questions comes in the exam, came in the exam, will be coming, relating to goodwill accounting treatment, relating to R&D treatment. Somebody says that, sir, what is important in case study. So from here, goodwill and R&D. Now, goodwill we have not studied in our classes. We will study in Tuesday, Friday classes after 10, 15 days. Don't worry. Within 1 month, we will study. Property, plant and equipment, IS 16, IS 20, IS 40. What do you say? Normally, IS 16. Different types of property, factory building, then head office building, machineries and all that which are used in the assembling process. So many things are there. Okay. All those things are property, plant and equipment. There is a slight decrease. Actually, there is a acquisition of assets. There is a disposal of some old assets. There is a depreciation. All three things are giving 229 to 225. There is some addition, there is some disposal, there is a depreciation then. I don't know the breakup, can't say, but it is more or less remaining same. You can say that in this type of company for cutting and all that, we require regular replacement of the machines so that we can give the quality service to the customers. So replacement of the assets is a major change in the property, plant and equipment. And then there is depreciation, amortization and all that. The intangible assets has gone up. That means there is R&D further done during the year. For that reason, there is development expenditure capitalized. Or maybe there is further subsidiary acquired. I don't know. Just I'm saying. Inventory, trade, receivable are more or less same in comparison to revenue and cost of sale. From the PL account, the receivable should be correlated with sale. The inventory should be correlated with cost of revenue. If we consider it is very, very low figure, that means most of our sale are on cash. Already we receive advance from the customers. And once the installation is done, then we take the balance money. So it's not a credit business. Maybe some corporate customers, we are installing windows or doors in many, many places for a particular customer. Then in that case, maybe some dues are there. It's a cash-rich business. It's not a credit business. Inventory is very low. That means we are following JIT. Whenever we require the materials based on the customer order, then we procure from the supplier. We make it ready and install for the supplier place. So much inventory is not required. So relating to working capital management, it's a good business like Saraf Academy. No inventory, no receivable, unless and until a student is going for EMI option. The bank balance, I cannot say whether it is good or bad, but it is slightly gone down. But considering the non-current assets values and the sales figure, the cash bank balance is very low. On its outset, the cash bank balance is very low. Maybe since they have I can maintain a cash bank balance low. Regularly, students are joining, making the fees payment. I can meet my expenditures. But for growth purpose, for acquisition, mergers, organic, new project, I require money. So we don't have bank balance. So if we require to do new project, we need to arrange funds. We can arrange funds easily because property, plant, intangible assets are huge. We can give the security of those assets to borrow funds. We can go for IPO also if we are not listed. If we are listed, we can go for FPO, further public offering also. Don't know whether we are listed or not, but funding will not be an issue. Cash balance is not there. But since the company's financials are good, we can go for funding. The loan are constant and the trade payables are slightly gone up in comparison to total cost of revenue and operating expense. It is very low amount. That means to the supplier also we are paying very fast. We are not enjoying so much credit facility from suppliers. We have the arrangement that humko paisa pehle and I will pay earlier. That way arrangement. As far as ratio, proportion of debt and equity, it is 1620 plus 800. You can say 1/3 debt and 2/3 equity. And 1610 plus 800, the same sum, slightly lower in the current year because the equity has gone up for the retained earning. But otherwise, out of the total, 1/3 is debt. When we have so much non-current assets in our business, taking a debt of 800 is not risky. Because we generally say that out of the assets, the debt can be 50-60%. So we can borrow further easily. We will be getting loan also at a good rate. The profit is very good. It's a growing business. We are established for 62 years. We have a brand, premium product and other things. So funding for new project will not be creating a problem. If we calculate return on capital employed, means the debt and equity is 2420. And on that operating income, That is before paying interest and tax, what we are earning, 116.2. So 116.2 divided by 2420. On the long-term funds, what income we are generating? What is the percentage? 116.2 divided by 2420. Return on capital employed. Operating income divided by capital employed. Capital employed is long-term funds, debt and equity. So 116.2 divided by 2420. How much percentage it will come? Please check in the calculator. 2420 is the long-term funds and the income, operating income is 116.2. So 116.2 divided by 2420. What is the percentage? I am doing verbally 116 by 2420. Approximately 5% will be 121. It is 116. So it is even less than 5%, 4.8%. Okay. And similar thing will be coming in the last year also, maybe slightly lower, because last year the profit was half. So it is return on capital employed is around 5%. On long-term funds, we are earning 5%. And on the loan, how much interest we are paying? On 800, the interest is 72, na? 72. 72 by 800, what is the interest rate? 9%. 72 by 800 is 9%. We are paying on the debt 9% interest. But on the debt amount, we are earning 5%, 4.8%, which is not good. Because if I am borrowing from bank at the rate of 8%, I am earning on the bank borrowing 5%. How I will pay 8% to them? So if we consider return on capital employed and interest payment on the debt, then our return on capital employed is not meeting the obligation of debt. Huh? It is not good. We can say that maybe these, I don't know whether we have followed revaluation model or whether we have followed the cost model in terms of property, plant and equipment IS 16. If we have followed revalued model, then in that case, it will be coming lower, but otherwise not. But if the revaluation model is there, then in that case, other than share capital, retained earning, revaluation reserve should be there. Because revaluation gain is not coming in the PL account, retained earning, that is revaluation reserve. There is no revaluation reserve. That means they are following cost model only. And on the basis of the cost of the assets, we are not earning adequate. We are earning 4.8%, whereas we need to pay 8% on our debt. We need to increase our return on capital employed going forward. Even though we are a premium product company charging higher prices, still we are not generating return on capital employed adequate to pay the interest rate on the loan. So maybe we can borrow funds, we can earn more, but that's not good that our return on capital employed is lower than the interest rate. Normally, anywhere in the world, people says that if your return on capital employed is greater than the interest rate on the debt, you should go for further debt. But if your return on capital employed is lesser than the interest rate on debt, then in that case, further debt is not advisable. We can see that on 1620, we are earning 5%. Okay. On 800, we are earning 5%. But on 800, we need to pay 8%. So the 3% we are paying out of the equity earnings. The equity shareholders are sacrificing their earning to the debt holder. Then we are able to serve the debt. If suppose on 800, we are paying 5% and we are earning on equity 8%, then in that case, on the debt, we are earning 3% extra. Then in that case, debt is advisable. But here it is not good. But maybe this is the nature in the industry. The return on capital employed is less. because it is a capital intensive industry. Maybe. If we go in the competitor financial statement, they are lower than us, sales is less than ours. They have 173. We have the sales how much? 298 approx. Hai na? 271, 298. In their case, the sales is 159. That is also gone up. In their case, the cost has also gone up, but lower than the sales. So in their case, also gross profit margin is good. Operating expenses has gone up. Our case, it has gone down. We are exceptional. They have operating expenses gone up. And then the finance cost, they have also same. The tax is based on the income. So more or less same, just that the operating expenses are gone up, but in our case, it has gone down. They are also out of 17, 13 dividend, good amount of dividend they are paying. They have the lower assets base. Obviously, their business is lower. Intangible, they have property, plant, inventory, trade receivable. They have also less because the business is a cash-rich business. You need to get the money from the customers fatafat. They have last year good bank cash and bank balance, but current year gone down. Share capital slightly lower. Retained earnings, loan same. Trade payables very low as compared to ours. Tax is based on the tax estimate. More or less, their financial condition will be matching with us. There are few differences. Their operating expenses has gone up, ours have not. Their operating expenses has gone up. And in their case, according to me, the growth in sales, the growth in cost growth in sales is lesser and the growth in cost is higher as compared to ours. Still, the growth in cost of revenue is lesser than the revenue. But then it is ours is better and we are a bigger company than them. So you can see that a very prominent question, we are going to acquire them so that we will be able to acquire their market share. We will be able to increase our business fatafat, inorganic expansion. But to acquire them, we require huge money. How we will be taking that money? By offering the security of assets, debt, or maybe issuing shares and all that. But by analyzing the two companies, we can say that if we consider these two are the prominent players, this is the industry norm. The sales are increasing. The cost of revenue are increasing at a lower rate. The operational expenditures are not increasing at that pace. The debt are constant. The debt is around 1/3. The equity is more. And the return on capital employed is very less. Because in their case also, if we see the 19 operating income 73.9, 73.9 divided by 1802. Can you say what will be the figure? 73.9 by 1802. 73.9 divided by 1802. $73.9 divided by 1802. I think 4%, even lower than us, because 18 4 is 72. It will be coming around 4%. Ours is 4.8, there is 4%. They have also 9% interest rate on 654. Our interest rate is lower. They are paying 54 on 600, which is 9%. Our interest rate is 8%. So they have borrowed their funds at a higher rate and their return on capital employed is even lower than us. So we are a better company than them. We are already the leader. And the situation of both the companies are more or less same. So this is an industry norm that in this industry, return on capital employed is not very high. Return on capital employed is lower. You can see a basic financial analysis. What is the purpose of this? Whenever any theme question comes and you want to give logic based on the pre-seen, you need to use the financial data to justify your saying. If you are saying something without justification, marks will not be available properly. Because you are not writing a technical type of answer. You have been given 25, 30 page of case study. The financials are given, everything is given, the business is given. So whenever you are saying anything, it should be justified by logic. If the logic is not there, based on the data which is given in the pre-seen, then the marks will be available very less. So for that reason, a basic financial analysis done. They can give you in the exam further detail about financials. You need to incorporate in your saying that also. They have given in past exams many times. But for the time being, without the unseen, whatever analysis basically possible. When I will share my write-up, I will share all these things, whatever I discussed with all of you, so that you can use in your answer write-up in the classes, in the assignments. Environmental campaigners call for greater transparency from window companies. It is written in this article that heavy heat, it will protect, it will not bring. But then between the windows, even though they are double glazed, then also there is, because 100% protection is not possible. Some protection may be the best window also then. So the communities are saying that the window sellers are saying wrong thing, 100% proof, this, that, they should not be. There should be something that we need to follow while selling our products. We can't say that it is this type of product, then in that case, there will not be any problem in heat resistance and all that. They should not be saying. That means there is in sustainability norms, some noise is going on in the market relating to ethical practices of window sellers. Then property column, be realistic when you invest in the double glazed windows. Here also, they have shown a glass. In the glass, the, what do you say, froster is there, which you can make. Ye sab hota hai. When this is quality of the window, double glaze, why this is happening? So don't think that single to double, it's 100% proof. It has issues. Then they have said, property column is spot the builder. What is they have said? I forgot. Surprisingly, only person on typical building site who is directly employed by the house. They are just saying that at any building installations, the windows and all that, when there is a new property development, entire building, the installers are not engaged. Installers are of the contract money of the builder. But when it is a single house, you are replacing and all that, then your installers are required. So the installer need to know properly what to install, how to install, the nature of the place, the size and all that, because that creates problem many times. This is also the newspaper article going on. Then there is somebody writing blogs about this industry in the Quora, anywhere, on some different platforms are there about the blogs. So blogs writing, somebody saying something, then somebody is replying, what's the factory like? Then my first sale, somebody is written a blog, a salespeople of any window selling company has written some blog, and one another person has written blog, he got the order, he didn't got, he wasted his time and all that. And then before accepting the order for any salespeople, you need to check who is the customer, where and all that, how much value of the order, wasted money. That means the salespeople are writing blogs, they are discussing, they are happening the discussions. Then the cooling off periods, sometimes the windows are more sold, sometime less, the season period and all that. And at the same time, somebody has said in the blog that windows is costly, for that reason it requires funding. Then they said that, somebody has said that our company is offering the funding part also, and we get the commission on that also. That type of blog structure is written. What people are talking about the industry, about some prominent issues and the blogging and all that, which creates a feeling about the industry. कि भाई industry कैसा है, क्या हो रहा है, नहीं हो रहा है. All these things they have covered, along with the financials and the nature of the business model of the company and the industry. As I said, this whole thing giving me a feeling. 4 types of theme: organic development, inorganic takeover mergers, some ethical or sustainability issues, or some operational issues. Those are the 4 themes. Based on the 4 themes, the question from accounting part: tangible, intangible assets, provisioning, revenue recognition, group accounting. From the performance pillar part, P2, question on cost control, cost transformation, pricing, the modern management accounting techniques, life cycle costing, value chain analysis, value engineering, because they have written how to increase the value for the customers. In the enterprise pillar, HR, marketing, the functional management, the organization structure, how the organization structure need to change the project management. For project management, the knowledge of communication, negotiation, leadership style and all that, which is you can say E2, not even E2. E2, P2, F2. Those types of questions will be given in different themes. And what we need to do, creating a theme, testing different types of questions from different areas again and again. You will be writing the answer by doing your Google search, by doing your chat GPT, by doing YouTube. You are bound to write. Don't say that I will pass or not. You will pass if you write the answers. You need to submit the way I will give you the guidelines. You can't submit later. You have to submit by that time only. I will check, I will evaluate. We will discuss at length all those themes with incorporating E2, P2, F2 and F2 classes separately, which is running. You need to be always with them for next 1 month further. Within 1 month, entire syllabus, all core areas will be complete. And say around 5th of November till the date of exam, we will be doing mock papers, mock test. 1 in the class, 1 or 2 extra, others which you will be writing, submitting, I will be giving you marks. This is pre-seen just basic discussion, getting a feel of the industry, what they are doing, what is their business model, the financials, what is newspaper article and all that, what type of questions areas they can answer, they can ask. I will be sharing some more write-up by tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. relating to financials, relating to the theme, relating to different types of E2, P2, F2 area they are going to ask. The important areas you can say. And at the same time, I will share with you core area A and B questions. You need to write the answers for core area A and B. I will mention in the mail. Whatever you can write, you need to write. Write answers in paragraph format, not 1-liner, 2-liner, not heading. Paragraph format, by doing your research, whatever you can write. I know first few answers, maybe core area A, B will not be good. No problem. Exam is still there after 45, 50 days. We are starting preparation. So answers may not be good. But if you start writing, next time it will be good. Next time you understand how you need to improve. Continuously you focus on writing the answers, submitting, attending the class, doing the recording, doing your research, writing the answers. Everything will be very good. And for last 10 years, students are passing the exam by studying this much only. In management case study, our result is 50% plus. In strategic case study, 80% plus. But these percentages are not relevant because whoever is there in the class, who will pass or not, I know. And the person also know. He knows, I know. Both of us knows that who will pass or not because who is performing. For that, you need to regularly study 2.5 hours daily. You can't give excuse. Office, tabet theek nahi hai, health is not good, family, no concern. You have to study 2.5 hours daily to pass the exam, not more than that. And even though if you give exam in February or in May, then also 2.5 hours study. For May case study, nobody is having. It will be coming like this only 1.5 months before the exam. So everybody study for management case study for this much time only. The time is not less. It is more than enough to score rank. So no question like this, whether I will be able to pass or not, whether the time is enough or not. When I'm asking you to study 2.5 hours daily, I'm not asking extraordinary thing from you. I assume that you will be able to study this much to pass the exam and follow my instructions, whatever I said. Getting my point? Leaving for today, meeting in the next week for pre-seen based questions and all that. Everything I said, don't ask again these things in WhatsApp. This video, this class, you can see on YouTube just after the class. This is not uploaded anywhere because this is freely available on YouTube, running YouTube live. So once I will finish, you can see the recordings on YouTube only. It is for whole world. Nobody need to ask the recording. The class is available just after a second after I finish. I will cancel live streaming. It is recordings is freely available on YouTube in live tab in my channel, Prakash Saraf official channel, YouTube channel. So nobody need to ask recording kahan se dekhe. Okay. And some notes I will share tomorrow, the mock papers and everything. Perfect, you. Need to follow me, sir. Then my responsibility to make you pass. I'm just saying this always to every student. Okay. Thank you to all of you. Take care. Study hard. Next class is Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, sir. वैसे ही Tuesday evening accounts class, Friday morning accounts class. This study based class is on Saturday. The schedule is given. Even yesterday also I mailed it to all of you again. Again you are asking Mohammed ji. है ना? Okay. Tada. Bye bye.